Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Neil Howard. Thank you so much for joining us once again for Health Professional Radio. We'll be speaking with Jaideep Singh. He's joining us here as co-founder and CEO of Ambee. He's joining us to talk about his passion for the environment, helping people improve their lives, and the groundbreaking environmental data the company has uncovered and how they're making it actionable with a tech service like Allegra Airways. Welcome to Health Professional Radio. Jaideep Singh, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me here today, Neil.
It's my understanding that before you co-founded Ambee, you were doing a startup, supplying schools, you're doing sports and fitness programs, correct?
That is correct, yes.
What led you into your passion for the environment from sports and fitness?
So, Neil, there's a very personal story behind why we actually started Ambee. My co-founder's son almost died because of air pollution. And it's one of those unheard of diseases. About 3 million people die every year as a consequence of air pollution, and this number is only growing on an annual basis. The problem with something like air pollution is because you don't see it, because it's not visibly apparent to you. You don't really take it as a very as an important cause to fight against and so on. But it is one of those insidious killers that is wreaking havoc on the environment in ways we don't fully realize until it actually hits us. And so that's why we decided to build Ambee, to drop whatever else that we were doing and really first educate the world and then build solutions on top of that can really help empower people's lives.
When we're talking about air pollution, there are many different types, smoke particles, pollen, all kinds of things. Are you trying to, alleviate the problems with any type of air pollution, or are you targeting a certain type?
So we focus on ambient air quality, so the actual air quality around you, pollen, and also now forest fires. We believe that forest fires are a major contributor to air pollution. As we realized, California sees it on a practically monthly basis now. We had it really hard on the East Coast a few months ago with the Canadian forest fires. So we've started with these data sets, but we know that there is a lot more that can be done and needs to be done across the board. That's what we're currently focused on, but we will be growing eventually.
So do these data sets show that there's way less pollution in some areas as opposed to others? I mean, if you're suffering from the effects of air pollution, why not just move?
So air pollution is very, very fluid. It is the most fluid substance known to mankind, and it can change from place to place. There is no spot. Obviously, you can choose to go live somewhere in the hills, but then again, that used to be the go-to solution until the forest fires came along. But now the forest fires in rural areas, even those places are unsafe. But what we have found, very interestingly, Neil, is even within cities, there are certain areas that are pockets of fresh air quality and certain areas that tend to have it a little worse than others. And that's why, we built out solutions like, built out the solutions that we have. And that's why solutions like like Allegra Airways are as impactful as they can be.
So you can't escape the air pollution, and you're talking about pockets existing even within cities. How does Allegra Airways relate to, getting to some of these pockets out in the Midwest or wherever?
So Allegra Airways tells you what the cleanest way or the least least exposure to air pollution route is from point A to point B. It is a way it provides you real data in your hand. So you have solutions that tell you, the air quality today is X or Y or so on, and people tend to may or may not look at the number and do something about it. But definitely for those who actually suffer from chronic respiratory illnesses, but also for anyone who actually cares about health and well-being, a product like Airways tells you what is the cleanest route to get from point A to point B, what is the least exposure that you will have to air pollution on a particular route, and we feel that this is something that is infinitely useful for everyone. It is something that everyone can and should be using, and it is something that has been proven to have an impact already. So it is something that we feel is only going to go up and increase in usage from here on.
If I'm understanding correctly, it's like a GPS for the cleanest, least polluted routes to your destination, correct?
That is correct.
Is this compatible with all devices?
So it started off as a web app that's available to everyone. It's allegra.com/airways. It started only in New York City, and we are going national with the web page now. And for now, it is the web page, but then there are talks to expand the usability and the interface further.
What should a person expect once they download the app and begin to use it?
So the first thing you can expect to do is just put in so I live in Princeton, New Jersey. Every time I go into the city, I take the train to Penn Station. I reach Penn Station and then I just plug in, okay, I need to go to, say, Lexington. I say from Penn Station to Lexington, and it shows me 3 routes. It'll show me the cleanest route, and it shows all routes with one being the cleanest. You click on that, and then it takes you, it opens up the relevant app, and it takes you along that route. So you can actually walk or bike along that route, and that's how it becomes. That's the usability of the product. For now, there are obviously several more features that are looking to be added over the next few months.
And it updates as the air quality updates, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Is there anything that you'd like to add for our listeners, and then give us a website or the web page that you mentioned earlier, if you would?
Oh, absolutely. So the website can be accessed at allegra.com/airways. Goal is to roll this out nationally in 2024. So currently it is restricted to New York City, and it's fascinating because we launched it in record time for New York City. There was phenomenal uptake for this in NYC. When we did launch it, we got some extremely positive feedback from everyone that used the app, and the idea now is to grow it exponentially over the coming months. It is user friendly and it is free for all. It uses real-time data and literally gives you the power to take your health into your own hands. We think that there are fascinating use cases that come out of this. If you're a runner, it will tell you the cleanest route. If you want to take your pets out for a walk, it will tell you the best time and date, time and place to take your pets out for a walk. There are infinite possibilities that we're working on right now, and it's going to be phenomenal as this product evolves and more power is put in people's hands.
More can be found at getambee.com.
That is correct. That is Ambee's website, getambee.com.
Jaideep, I appreciate you joining us here on Health Professional Radio. Thank you so much for your time and good luck with your future endeavors.
Thank you very much for having me, Neil. Have a good one.
You too. You've been listening to Health Professional Radio. I'm your host, Neil Howard, in conversation with Jaideep Singh. Audio copies of this program are available at healthprofessionalradio.com.au, also at Anchor, Spotify, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Health Professional Radio.